Hey everybody, Roxbox90 here, back with our complete M15 core set review, and we're going to focus in on the green cards, every single green card in M15, to discuss its pre-release application, focusing on limited. And we're going to go through all the green cards right now, starting with Ancient Silverback. This card has been downgraded from rare. Back in the day it was a rare. Now it's an uncommon. This is probably the strongest green uncommon. It's absolutely insane. If you get a couple of them, you're in huge shape for green. This card is, giving regeneration to a 6/5 or 6 is only a handful, maybe, of cards that can answer it effectively in limited. Back to Nature, blows up all enchantments. Sure, nice. Carnivorous Moss Beast is big, really hard, 7 mana to pump it up, which means it's never going to happen. It's really 6 for a 4/5. In a rare instance, it'll be good, otherwise it's barely decent. Charging Rhino will trade or kill most things that block it because they can't trade up. You can't be blocked by more than one creature, and I think if you can boost it up, this card has some good potential. Court of Calling is an amazing reprint worth a lot of money and should be picked up if you can, but that being said, in limited, unless you're running really heavy green or mono green even, it's not that great. Elvish Mystic is awesome. Ramp, especially an effective ramp like this, is good, especially for running green. Feral Incarnation, 9 mana, even with the Convoke, to get 3/3/3s. You gotta be running a token-based build for this to be worthwhile. Gather Courage is solid, especially because, again, this is another combat trick. You can Convoke it and play it for free. 2/2 is no joke. For if you're literally discussing 1 or 2 power toughness, it can make or break a game, and I think you guys should be wary of this card or use it yourself. Genesis Hydra is awesome. It's going to be an effective bomb and limited, especially if running green. Hornet Nest is great in general, really strong and very, very hard to deal with because a lot of the removal relies on combat, and this card is not going to be attacking, at least. It's going to be sitting around. I think it's very effective for its cost. Hornet Queen is a huge bomb. This card will win games. If you guys are running heavy green, make sure... Well, if you have good green cards and you have this, you're running heavy green. Hunt the Weak is very strong. I like that you pump up your dude and then you can act like removal and kill something else. Very strong card. Hunter's Ambush, if you like fog effects, sure, but in general I don't like fog in limited. It only postpones the inevitable most of the time. Invasive Species is very, very powerfully costed. Bouncing a permanent can be good if they have effects, and a lot of green stuff, particularly in this set, have ETB effects, which makes it, I think, pretty useful. Colonian Twin Grove is big, scary, but really needs to have a lot of green going on. If you have a lot of green, as with a lot of cards we've mentioned, this card is incredible. Life's Legacy, I'm a little nervous about. There's a lot of counter spells in this format, and it requires, as part of its cost, to sack a creature, meaning you lose a creature you pay 2 mana and lose a creature no matter what, before the effect's even discussed, and before it's even countered. That makes me very nervous about it. It is cheap and does let you eat through your deck very, very nicely, though. I'm iffy about it. I'd be nervous running it. Living Totem is okay. I guess it gets stronger. It helps another creature get stronger, but even with the Convoke, it's not all that great. Naturalize is awesome as always. Netcaster Spider, I think, will trade very well because it can block flying, and it can become a 4/3 when it does, which I think is, for its cost, is a pretty effective way of killing most flyers in the format. Nissa Worldwaker is insane. It's going to be probably one of the best constructed playable Planeswalkers, which means it's going to be worth something. If you get one, hang on to it. Don't just trade it for peanuts. But in limited as well, I think, especially if you're running heavy green, this is a recurring theme. This card is awesome. Nissa's Expedition is bleh. I'm sorry. Yes, it can let you clear out your deck later on in the game, which is the only time it's going to be worthwhile, but 5 mana for its effect is pretty awful. Overwhelm is nice if you're running tokens. I think it's very strong if you're running tokens. Paragon of the Wilds is okay. Trample, you need to have bombs that don't have trample or evasion already on their own for it to be good. Otherwise, it's okay. It's fine. Phytotitan is the pre-release promo for green. We're not going to talk about pre-release promos again. I keep saying that. As if you pull him on his own, nah, I don't like him that much. Plummet is good sideboard card. You may want to run one in the deck anyway because there's a lot of flyers. Especially if you're running green, you know that they're going to be facing more flyers than not. Ranger's Guile, I like it, could save your guy and make him stronger, like that. Reclamation Sage is okay, he's fine. He's going to be strong in Constructed. A lot of people have talked about him in Constructed, especially even in things like EDH Commander, but he's going to be fine here. Restock is okay, it's a little costly for what it is. Roaring Primodox, if you have creatures that have come into the battlefield effects, then he's good. Otherwise, nah. Runeclaw Bear is boring. 2 for 2/2 Bear is very okay. If you're running very aggressive, maybe. Satyr Wayfinder is not good. If you're sorting for creature, that's fine. Sorting for land, nah. Shaman of the Spring draws a card, but it's just a 2/2. I don't think 2 mana to draw a card is worth it. Siege Worm is huge. If you're running tokens, this card is a great final drop on your curve. Other than that, he's okay. He's fine. Soul Zendikar, like all souls, are amazing. Sunblade Elf would be probably better constructed than here, unless you're very aggressive. Titanic Growth is not giant growth. It's 2 mana, so if your opponent only has 1 open, you're probably not going to see some sort of huge pump effect coming your way. Undergrowth Scavenge is... I never like these kind of effects, and there's nothing in the format to really work it. Venom Sliver, giving Death Touch is crazy in Limited, but you need to have enough slivers to make it good. Verdant Haven is okay. It's decent ramp, and it gives you life. Vine Whelft is not very good. Wall of Mulch, there's not enough walls to make this card really strong, and then Yisan has a good chance of being useful, but I would not run it unless you can see a curve of your deck that makes it worthwhile. So those are all the green cards in M15. Let me know your thoughts about their play in Limited down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, tap the like button. If you're new to the channel, check in and subscribe for more M15 set review and the top 10 EDH Commander card list for M15 coming your way really soon. Roxabox90 signing out. See you guys next time.